So today is our first Python class. I'm going to start with print function and string manipulation. So print function is really simple. First you have to write print and then a set of parentheses, quotation marks, and the text you want to print. Like I'm writing hello world with exclamation mark. And if I print it, you could see the output. So this part is called the console. Inside it we have the location of the code, like it's print.py inside the Python projects, as you could see, and then it gives us the output, and then it tells us if the process or the code is finished successfully, or is it completed or not, or is there any syntax error. Okay, so you have to make sure that this is current file, and then this run button you have to press it. Okay, so there's another shortcut for it, that is shift plus F10. And there is another thing that you have to make sure, if the text inside the print function is a string, then you have to put quotation marks, or it will result into syntax error like this. Okay, it will tell you unterminated string literal, but if it's a digit like an integer or a float like 45, then there is no need to put quotation marks, because the quotation marks tell us or the computer that the thing inside the quotation mark is a string, and you have to just print that. As you have noticed that inside the string, whatever I put, like HE, only HE will be printed, not the quotation marks with it, right? And there's another thing, if you put a digit inside the quotation mark, it will convert that digit into a string. Okay, so if you're putting a quotation digits instead of the quotation mark, it will convert it into a string instead of an integer or float. So in the case of, if I write print 5 plus 4, what do you think will be the output? 5 plus 4. So this quotation marks, they tell the computer just print exactly the same whatever there is inside it. Okay, but if I remove the quotation marks, this will be converted into an integer, and you could see the answer is 9. So this is the print function. Now comes the string manipulation. I'll just talk about one thing, that is if I write print hello world, and then I have to put the another hello world in the next line, like here. How am I going to do that? Do you think I'm going to just enter and you'll get it? No. Yeah, you can do that as well. Like here I'm going to write hello. See, it's gonna result into an error. Okay, so one thing that you could do here is you could put this. See, so make sure in the slash and n there should be no space between the sentences that you have to put in the first and the second line, and they should be inside one quotation mark, inside a set of parentheses, and the print. Okay, so this is n. And one more thing is you have to make sure of the red squiggly lines. Like if I take out the quotation mark, one of it, you could see this red squiggly lines. These squiggly lines tell us if there's an error in the code, and you should improve it or debug it. Okay, so this squiggly lines will help us not to take any syntax error like this. So you have to make sure of it if you want your code to run successfully without any errors in it. Okay, thank you.